Okay, so it's 6:45. I am heading out to my night shift. I'll try my best to keep you guys posted. You never really quite know what to expect when it comes to night shift on obstetrics, but typically I wake up around like 3 o'clock. I don't know. Honestly, it depends on the day. So essentially somehow I just have to be at the door by 6:45 because I live pretty close, and then I get to work by 7, ready to go. So I'll try to bring you guys along. Let's see how tonight goes. All right. Time for my coffee. Okay, so essentially the first thing that we typically do when we come in during nights is you look at the board and try to see, are there any deliveries scheduled for today? Is there anybody in triage? So right now there's not really anything going on. So I took that time to fill my water bottle because you never know how the night's gonna go. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. When you have a patient that comes through triage, what ends up happening is that they come through this. Let me show you. Usually what that means is that they are someone that they have an acute emergency where they have to be seen, and we bring them into triage, and then we have some of the residents and attendings take a look at them and see if they require admission or not. So that's usually what triage does in general. So during triage sometimes, or a lot of times, people just come in and they have like abdominal pain or they have nausea, vomiting at night, and it's been really concerning for them, so they come get it checked out. We'll see. I mean, you could really have anything, to be honest. It's kind of like a good way to think of it as like the emergency department for obstetrics. So you never really know what to expect, honestly. I mean, sometimes you could have tons and tons of deliveries, sometimes not so many. Sometimes you can have emergency C-sections. So far, I have not been a part of that, and I haven't, we just haven't had that happen, but that is something that could be possible. Or someone comes into triage and they're like, actively in labor, so we can also have that. So yeah, we just stay here all night and try to prepare for it as best as we can. I filled up my water bottle, ready for tonight. So now I'm headed back into the workroom to, just stay there, keep an eye on the fetal tracings, just to make sure that they're doing okay, no babies, and that all the fetuses are safe. So that's what we're doing. Quite frankly, most of the night is spent monitoring the fetal heart tracings, and the way that we do that is that we have a fetal heart rate monitor on the mama's belly, and we can just track it in that way. And the point of that is just to make sure that the baby is doing well and is safe. What you're really looking for is just to monitor that the baby has enough oxygen from the placenta, and make sure that there's no cord compression that's happening. And you want to make sure that the baby's heart rate is, between 110 to 160. Basically, we just want to ensure that the baby's not in any distress and the mama's doing well as well, and make sure that she's not in any distress or any discomfort. And if there's something concerning, if her blood pressure is elevated, we keep an eye on that. Or, we have a lot of high-risk pregnancies come through. So those are the things that we typically do and we monitor for during night shift. Okay, so we just got called that there is a patient here in triage. So I take my handy dandy stethoscope, took some notes on what they're here for, a little bit of their history, and I'm gonna go check them out. That's typically what we do. Yeah, I think we might have a delivery tonight. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, so this is the first triage of the night. Just saw my patient. I just have to go present her to the rest of the team, talk about what's going on with her, and then we're going to come with the game plan and see what needs to be done. So we just discussed the patient and went through her labs and decided what the plan of action is. So now I'm going to go back and tell her what the plan is. Just told her what we need to do, told her what the plan is. Yeah, headed back to the war room. So I just finished putting in orders for that triage patient that I saw. I think we're gonna be waiting for a couple of deliveries, and one of my co-residents has gone to see the other triage, and we usually like to switch it off. So the next person that comes through, I'm gonna go see. This is an epidural card, and you have all the different size gloves on the side, as you can see. Labor and delivery. So basically the point of this is that it's ready for the anesthesiologist when they come to give the mom an epidural right before they're about to go into labor. And this is the COVID card, pretty much. So you have your N95s, gloves, and gowns ready to go. Okay, so over here, we're not gonna go in here, but these are the double doors that you go through to go to the OR rooms where you typically have C-sections that take place. You can also have, often they'll have deliveries that can, you know, if they're concerned about going to C-section, also take place here. Or if there's a twin delivery, one time I was in there for a triplet delivery. So yeah, it's just more space, and it's ready and prepared if C-section becomes necessary. We just had a baby be delivered today, just a little bit ago. I don't know if we're gonna have another one coming up, but let's see. I'm really tempted to get this. Bean chocolate. Got some snacks. Time to go back. Okay, so I just did a magnesium check on one of our patients. So just want to make sure that she's not having any symptoms of magnesium toxicity. So what we look for is you just do like a physical exam pretty much, and with the focus on the neuro exam to make sure the deep tendon reflexes are intact, they have good muscle strength, and just to see if they're doing all right. Because if they do have magnesium toxicity, we gotta stop the magnesium and then just reevaluate. So we actually didn't have anything too crazy come through the triage today, just fairly standard things that you typically see during pregnancy. Ended up having like one delivery overnight and a couple of C-sections, but all in all, it was a pretty chill night. I even got some reading in, but yeah, it was just steady flow, so it was great. I will always feel something. In the mornings, we come take a look at the postpartum moms. So what this means is after you've had a delivery overnight or the second day or a C-section or something, we have the moms stay in antepartum floor, and what they do is that they're taken care of and observed to make sure that they're healing all right, and that they've been able to urinate, they've been able to eat, they've been able to move around, and if they had a C-section, if the incision is healing appropriately. So that's typically what happens, and we check on them early in the morning around 5 o'clock and then we present them to the day team, and the day team will discuss things during rounds and see if the patient is safe to be discharged. Okay, so I saw all my postpartum patients for today. I'm going to be writing up their notes, now work on their documentation and their discharge paperwork and whatever pending things that they need to have done. Set up their appointments for all their postpartum visits, so make sure everyone's squared away. Gotta make sure to do all of that and then sign out to the day team before I can head home and go to sleep. Actually, no, I won't be going to sleep today because I have to switch to day shift tomorrow. I'm in clinic, so I'm probably gonna stay up all day so I can reset. 24 hours. Well, I'll be up for 24 hours. Alright guys, I am done for today. It is 6:16, not too bad. Yeah, I'm just in the locker room right now. Gonna be dropping off all my scrubs, changing. So I hope you guys had fun following me around night shift. Today's actually my very last night shift. It wasn't that crazy, so I was able to film a little bit more. Kind of wanted to film like what a delivery tray typically looks like, but unfortunately there wasn't any available because we didn't really have that many deliveries. And when the other delivery was happening, I was in the middle of doing something else, so I couldn't capture that for you guys. Okay, now I'm just gonna go home, pass out. Fun fact, didn't mention my shoes. So I actually got these shoes pretty cheap on Amazon, and the reason for that is because I was wearing my previous shoes, and then they literally had amniotic fluid all over them. I know, disgusting, right? I mean, not that amniotic fluid's disgusting, it's just I don't really want it on all my shoes and then walk around with my socks squishing amniotic fluid. So I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna be part of deliveries for the next, like, you know, 2 years or 3 years, whatever, I really need to get waterproof shoes. So yeah, picked up these bad boys, and they were really waterproof. They were real good. Yeah, deliveries, as you can imagine, are very messy, a lot of bodily fluids. Don't really want to be walking around with them. So yeah, that's also why we changed out of our scrubs. But time to go. Bye.